Greetings, Masandawana. Greetings, football lovers. Greetings to those who are possibly watching the Yellow Corner for the very first time. My name is Tabiso Aizo Mutluwung, and if you are new here, the Yellow Corner is a YouTube channel by Sundowns supporters where we preview all Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club matches. And today I'm bringing you the preview of what's possibly the biggest football match of the weekend world over as Mamelodi Sundowns take on Al Ahly in the CAF Champions League semi-final first leg at Loftus Versfeld on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Apologies for bringing you the preview later than usual. Yeah, man, I had other commitments that I needed to take care of, and unfortunately I'm running solo today because, yeah, man, I lined up a special guest and yeah, just as we tried to record, network said, nope, it is not happening. So the technical issues, man, yeah, no, we tried and tried and tried, and it just it didn't work out. So apologies with regards to that. I really wanted to do this with this preview with this guest, but yeah, it was beyond both our control, and hence you see me running solo, like I said, man. Yeah, bring you this preview of what I think I've said, the much anticipated game, and we are coming off the back of a really disappointing game and disappointing results against Kaizer Chiefs as they knocked us out of the Nedbank Cup semi-finals on Sunday, and I've been wondering as to the effect of this defeat to Chiefs, and I think our players, this was a rude awakening for them. This was to show them that nothing will come easy and they need to fight for everything. Nothing will be given to us on a silver platter, and yeah, man, there's no need to sulk over what happened on Sunday. It's all in the past. Crying over spilled milk. Milk is not going to help us with anything. They faced adversities in the past and they've uh, gotten over them. So they need to pick themselves up, dust themselves, and bring their A game on Saturday against Al Ahly in the CAF Champions League. Because if we play anything like we did on Sunday, it won't be nice. It won't be nice. I think Sunday showed us that subpar performances are not going to get us anywhere. They are not going to win us any games, Yes, we lost in with a very dubious goal, but I was more disappointed with our performance than I was with the officiating and on Sunday, because I expected way much better from our boys, and I must say they really, really disappointed me and many other Sundowns fans. But yeah, man, they have a chance to rectify the mistakes of the previous weekend, and yeah, they don't come any bigger than Al Ahly, man, the biggest team in the continent. You beat them, man. We forget about what happened 6 days ago, man. Al Ahly also have their issues. They come into this game with their coach, Marcel Koller, under huge, huge pressure, man. And from the fan base, their fans are not happy with him. They are not happy at all, I watched their game against Pyramids over the weekend on Saturday evening, and just before they scored the equalizer, their fans turned in protest. If they faced, I think their board members who were seated by the suits, and it looked like they were doing the Poznan, but they were not. They were showing their grievances to their board on in the VIP boxes, and yeah, he's under pressure. I mean, they are not happy with him, and the Al Ahly legends, man, they are never happy, even when the team is winning. So they are never happy. They are always complaining. So he's coming into this one under massive pressure, man. There were calls for him to get sacked before this game, So I think if he loses this game, yeah, no, he might not make it back to Egypt with the team. And with that said, I was wondering, how does he then approach this game? Does he play a low block and try and mud a draw? Or does he go at Sundowns and try and get an away goal or away goals, which would be perfect for them? Because an away goal in the CAF Champions League is precious, man. It's precious. It's proper. It's gold in the Champions League, I think he will play a semi-low block in this game because I think if he was to go at Sundowns and guns blazing with the history of the two sides, where knowing that we've scored five, we've put five past them in the past twice, and I think you'd be skeptical with regards to that, and he wouldn't want to risk losing the tie on the first leg. So I think he will box very smart, try and maybe play a semi-low block, and when he gets opportunities, try and attack and try and get that own goal, that away goal. Because I don't think sitting on a low of the lowest low blocks will help him, because this will mean Sundowns will just continue coming at them and maybe peppering their goal and eventually get their goals. Even though Sundowns has not been that great in the CAF Champions League, but with the quality that we have, on any given day, if the opponents are not up to it, we can definitely get goals. So I think he will play a semi-low block in this first leg and try and get something out of it and take it to Egypt. If he doesn't concede, he'll be happy with that, even if he doesn't score, even though there's danger of us getting an away goal, which will make things tough for him. But I don't think he's going to risk it in this game, man. I think the biggest elephant in the room going into this game is, does Lucas Suarez start for Sundowns? I've been asking myself this question throughout the week after what happened, the mishaps of the previous game against Kaizer Chiefs, where he proper blundered. And it's not just that, man. He's made a couple of mistakes, and I think his confidence is at an all-time low. I think it is gone actually right now, and I think that makes him a danger to himself as well as his teammates, because they are now wary of him. They do not trust him, and that subsequently affects their performance as well. So I think in such instances, it's much better to take him out of the firing lane, because, hey man, if he was to make a mistake on Saturday, and our fan base can be unforgiving at times. We will support the team, but at times we can be really unforgiving. And this is the one game where you do not want to make mistakes. So I think maybe it's time to put him on the sidelines and give someone else a chance, because now his performance affects the whole team now. When has the ball, he's gonna think twice about playing it to him, and the oppositions will definitely plan against him, like Chiefs did, because they know that his confidence is gone, and once he receives, he'll second guess himself. And in professional football, you do not have ample time to be doing such things. And yeah, man, this is the biggest game of our season. We can't afford mistakes. Mistakes happen in football. We all make mistakes. Even Cardoso himself said the first mistakes are made by him with regards to the lineup, and yeah, man. But with Lucas Suarez, I do not think he should play. I think his confidence is gone, man. And you need confidence going into such games, against the biggest team in the continent. And yeah, man, I think he should sit this one out and we try someone else. What do we need to do to win this game, or what do I expect from this game on Saturday? I think we need to do two things. One of them, the first one, I think it might be unrealistic, but I think we need to do that. And like I said, it might be unrealistic. We need to do an Arsenal. We need to do what Arsenal did to Real Madrid in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League at the Emirates, where they beat them 3-0 and took a big lead to the second leg. I know this might not be realistic because, yeah, I mean, Al Ahly is Al Ahly, but maybe to get over such teams with proper Champions League heritage like Ali and Madrid, man, you need to do some crazy things to get to the next round. And yeah, man, hopefully we do an Arsenal. This is more hope than anything from my side in terms of the results the first leg. The second thing that we need to do is that we must not concede. We can't concede in this game. We guys, an away goal. We I don't think I can emphasize this hard enough for you guys to understand that conceding an away goal will make things difficult for us. More so as we've seen that we do not score as much in the CAF Champions League. So imagine we now go into the tie, the second leg, needing to score by all means. We must not concede. Whatever happens on Saturday we must not concede, man. These guys have serious issues on their left side at left back, man. Their main left back, one of the best in the continent, Atiad Allah, suffered an injury on Saturday against Pyramids. He was subbed on the 25th minute, and they brought on someone I'm not quite familiar with him. I think it's Debes or Deles, something like that. And he also got injured. He couldn't come back for the second half. And Malul is also injured. He's coming back from a torn Achilles tendon, if I'm not mistaken. And then when they made a sub in the game, Pyramids, they moved Hani, their right back, to left back, and then moved Taufik to right back. And I think Taufik has once played against Sundowns at right back, if I'm not mistaken, man. If memory serves me well, but he's played there before. Now the question is, will Kola do the same? Will he move Ali Hani to left back and Taufik to right back, which takes a lot out of their team in terms of being offensive, because Hani is a very, very good right back, proper right back who bounces forward and whips in crosses, And I picked up against Pyramids that he found it so difficult because he always had to come inside, to his more stronger foot, because he's right-footed and he's playing on the left, So, but he played a nice cross, first-time cross on the left. That tells you about the quality of the man, So it will be really interesting what they do in that position. And the funny thing, or the great thing, is that on that very side, in that very position, that's where a guy who's probably been our best player this season, even though his form has dipped recently, in Ribeiro, is playing. So he needs to bring his A game in this one and take advantage of the fact that Al Ahly do not have their best playing in that position. It's like, imagine us without Morena and Mudau at right back, So yeah, it's similar type of situation. So Ribeiro needs to expose that and exploit it on their left, our right side. Their biggest threat will come from one man and one man only. Imam Ashur, their jersey number 22. Very, very good player, man. If we want to win this game and tie, we need to take care of him, man. His numbers in the league, he's scored 9 goals and has 4 assists, and I think he's got 5 goals in the CAF Champions League. So that just goes to show you the danger that this guy possesses, man. He's very good in the on the right hand side in the half spaces, and also playing in and around that number 10 position. And yeah, man, he's their danger man. If we are to get anything out of this game entire, like I said, we need to take care of Imam Ashur. Very, very good player, man. Very, very good player, man. They mostly play with a double pivot of Marwan Etia as well as Taufik, and we play with a midfield three of Mokoena, Adams as well as Allende. We need to take take advantage of this numerical superiority in the midfield, man. We need to overpower them and put them on the back foot and win that midfield battle, which will, in a way, lead to us maybe winning this game, because I don't know if maybe a caller will change and come with a midfield three just to make sure it balances in the middle of the park. But if he's to come with a double pivot, our guys need to show that no, man, we have an extra man. It needs to show in the middle of the park. Atia is the man who links play for them, receives and progresses, and you can see by the stats, he has the highest pass accuracy in their team. I think his pass accuracy is 85%. So yeah, man, don't let him receive and need play and get them rolling and get them into the game, man. Their center back, Dari, I think it's number 15, man. I think he lacks positional awareness at times, or lacks sense in positioning. He gets drawn out quite easily, out of position. And I hope our number 9 will probably be Shalule in this one. He targets him, and instead of playing in between him and Rabia or targeting Rabia, he needs to target Dari and try and drag him out of position and make space and room for our players. Someone like Adams with his runs into the box, make room for others and help us like free up space in that 18 area, Al Ahly, because I think we can get something out of this game if we were to do that. They will definitely cross a lot, North African sides. That's one of their strengths, but what might work in our favor in this one is that their striker, their number 9, Ali, hasn't scored in over 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully our two center backs are able to take care of him, and yeah, I mean, there's also the danger of Ben Chaki, man. This team is filled with stars, man, all over the pitch, just like us, So yeah, man, their front line is really, really good. Ben Chaki, Imam Ashur, Ali, and their number 10, forgot his name, I think he's from Europe. That guy, he doesn't look like a player who can play 10. He think he's a box striker, so, and then they have guys on the bench who can affect the game, like Shahad, and yeah, man, we need to take care of these guys. Their game against Pyramids showed me, or told me more about what to expect in the second leg than in the first leg. I learned more about what we'll see in the second leg than in the first leg when they played Pyramids, Lastly, I think do not have possession just for the sake of it. And at the end of the games, let's say Sundowns had 85% possession and Ali had 15% possession, but we have nothing tangible after that. Guys, please have possession, but make it count. Make it count. Come out of this game with something, with goals. That's all we want from this game, man. Moving on to the lineup. This is the lineup I think Cardoso will go with. Williams, number 1. Right back, Modau. Grant will play right center back. I think he might play Lebusa, because Lebusa has been the one center back who's constantly been on the bench. So I think he will go for him. I think he will play Tiwani at left back because against Chiefs, many would have thought he would bring on Grant when Divine got injured. Not Grant, man. Mujiba, when Divine got injured, but he went for the young man, Tiwani. So I think he might go for Tiwani as well. The midfield 3, I think he won't make the same mistake he made last week. He will have Mokoena, Allende, and Adams. Front 3, I think it's tricky on the left side for the left forward. I think Ribeiro and Shalulu will definitely start. And I think he will go for Matthews on the left side. That's how I think we will line up. Score prediction. They're hard once 2-0. I think 20 will be perfect going to the second leg. But the mind says it's a 1-0 game. And I guess I'll have to take that. But hopefully it is a 2-0 game. Guys, let's go there and support the boys. Let's pack the stadium. The boys need us and they need lift. Sometimes players need us to lift them. Sometimes we need players to lift us. This time, I think the boys need us to lift them. Let's go to Loftus and make sure that we push them. We sing our hearts out. And yeah, man, they also do the job on the field. And yeah, good luck to the team. Good luck to the boys. Good luck to the technical team. And hopefully we will be happy fan days come 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Until next time, or next time you see me and someone, will be next week, probably Thursday, bringing the preview of the return leg. Until then, sharp, sharp, Masandawana, and everyone.